Hello, I'm Danny the Hick, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Now, for those people who have been following my YouTube channel quite a lot, may be familiar with a person called Christopher McCullah. Now, Christopher McCullah has recently decided it would be a good idea to hire someone to discredit me once again. Christopher, at one stage, decided it would be a good idea to get in his Telegram, or in my Telegram group, and tell me that he's hired 300 journalists that were going to take on my story and discredit me. He published over 100 sponsored articles on the internet about me. They're just about all off. But you know what we did with all those articles? Well, we used them in our response to his $3.5 million lawsuit, which he's trying to sue me for, which is quite good. You can hear that noise come in, don't you? Did I say Christopher? That's so funny. I better get that name right. It's Stephen McCullah, not Christopher McCullah. Oh my God, that's so funny. Guess what's on my mind? That is quite funny. But hopefully there is no Christopher McCullah, because if there is, I'll get sued. What a cracker. Thanks, guys. All right, so what happened over the last few days? Well, it's probably best if I just get on to what I'm good with. First of all, we're going to get rid of Goliath on here. Now, Stephen McCullah, he has started up a new company, and it's called GRAPE. And he couldn't get grape.com, so he went with grap3.com. So let's just go there now and have a look. Grape3. Now, this guy is claiming that he's going to be the biggest, one of the top 20 crypto tokens in the next 6 months. Yes, 6 months. If you go to Grape3, and remember, crypto just took a massive dive. Oh, it's working now. Like an hour ago, it kept on coming up with, and I think if I go through here, yeah, you can see. So look, if you look at this is me going to his domain name, grape3.com, before I started this video, and it come up with not secure. So then I went to another page, and I had the same thing, not secure. So if I refresh this page now, no hands on keyboard, it loads without any security warning. This website is going to be one of the top 20 crypto tokens in the world in 6 months' time. So Stephen McCullah says. All right, so why? Why would that be happening? Do you want to know? Well, I want to know too. So what we've done is I think we've gone ahead that, hopefully it's going to load up correctly. Yes, it did. So this is the video that we've got from Stephen. And Stephen does what he calls AMAs. This is all Stephen is good for. Scammer lives in Missouri. And we've just done a blog a wee while ago about how we managed to find where he lives. So if we went to dannythehick.com, you can actually go down here and you can see somewhere, here it is here. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So it's called Grape. And he, at the age of 23 years of age, raised $29,000 in a Kickstarter campaign to go hunt in the Congo for live dinosaurs and dog-sized, I can't say the word, tranquilas? Let's just say spiders. And you can see one of them on the keyboard there. They're pretty big. But they're dog, and he reckoned they were still alive. And he did a campaign and people supported him. But through this video, we actually found that after he tried to sue me in the New Zealand High Court for $3.85 million, he lost. He filed a discontinuance right up to the door day, which is quite a laugh case because these guys don't want to be in the courtroom. He's disappeared. And about 20 days ago, he started doing AMAs, telling everyone that Grape is basically going to do the same thing that his last scam did. And he's trying to do hype so that he's telling people that it's going to list on the exchange at 25 cents, exactly the same amount as he did last time. And so since then, we realized, we found out through the grapevine that he is, when I started this video, if you watched it, it basically said that I bet he's divorced and I bet he's begging his ex-wife for visitation rights of his kids. Turns out somebody comes back to me and goes, oh no, he's remarried to Ashley. Ashley's a hairdresser. So now we know where his wife works every day. So if you've lost your money, we can give you the address, which is on this blog, of where she lives. So what was really interesting about this was once I saw these, let's see if I can find them. I'll just go here. So the timeline was really interesting. So if I go to Grape, let's go Grape. So if you go to Grape's YouTube channel, I discovered this a wee while ago. So 10 days, let's go 2 days ago, 9 days ago was when I did my last video. 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and 3 weeks ago. So that's all his last videos. Then I discovered somebody, one of my helpers, subscribers, said, oh, did you realize Steve has also got a personal page? So he's deleted all the videos to do with, well, nearly all the videos to do with Apollo, which was where he started it all 2 years ago. And he's done a month ago. So he's done AMA, and then we've got 2.1, 3, 4, and the like. So he's gone silent since I've done the last video. But this guy is a bottom feeder. This guy's a scumbag. He thinks that he can create enough hype to get you to invest in his company. So the timeline was interesting because we had these articles set up. And I actually thought it was Goliath, and we're not sure. But these are all the fake articles. So a day before I started doing any more publicity on this guy, we discovered a domain name called fakejournalist.net. And here's all the articles, and it's there as a smear campaign for me. So we've backed them all up because we didn't know who it was. And obviously all the information here is, pretty out there. I mean, I haven't read them all, but I can see they're not in my favor. So we got the Terminator to take down the website. We also had help from somebody else, which I can't mention, who's also helping us fight Christopher Diego stuff. Hope I can get those names right. So that was quite exciting, but we've got the power to remove these domain names. So if we go to that website now, fakejournalist.net, that domain name's been shut down. The website I host has removed all the content. However, the interesting thing was I've got Stephen's phone number. So I've also got Ashley's phone number. And I basically, while I'm here, I wonder if I should actually, I might just text old Stephen. I wonder if I should ring him. I might just do a quick ring. That would be rude not to, wouldn't it? So let's find Stephen. Let's find Stephen. Oh, that's great. Interesting enough, my mate is running a half marathon today, and he's got this new watch where I can actually send him a voice message while he's running. He just sent me a message saying those voice messages were awesome. How cool is that? He runs with earpieces in. But I sell these watches. That's what I do, and they're brilliant. He's got one. So let's just send Stephen. Oh, first of all, let's send Ashley McCullah a link because he can tune in. And if you want to, you can come on stage, which I'll put that in the chat room now. So if anyone wants to come on stage, you're more than welcome. This one's a bit more laid back than the first video. But here we go. And that's off to Ashley. And now I'm going to go find Stephen. Stephen McCullah. So here he is. Stephen, I'll just get that URL. Okay. And if you're just tuning in now, Stephen, you can actually come on stage and talk to me in real time. But I just want to show you some of the things that this guy's done recently, which is really funny. So we thought it was Goliath Ventures who set up all these articles about us. And I've just got to go down this wee rabbit hole for a wee bit and take you along for the journey. But being the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger is sort of, sometimes you've got to explain yourself to your family because they go, how come people are writing all these articles about you? And I think I'll just bring them up at a time. What's that one there? Cos TV. Don't know what that one's all about. Let's go this one. So this is the Danny DeHeck Facts, and this is hosted by Google, but it's hosted by Google, and these articles are published by me, apparently, but it's not. It's a fake me. To get them removed, I need to talk to the journalist, which is me. So I write to what do they call it, Google, and say, these are hosted on your platforms, they're defamatory to me. And they said, look, we think it's whatever. It talks about how I was involved in OneCoin. I've never been involved in OneCoin. Anyway, totally defamatory, not factual, theoretically written by a journalist called Danny DeHeck. and I have to contact Danny to Heck, yes, this is gibberish, to get them removed. And Google just deaf ears. So I can't get them removed. Good on you guys. So that's one set of articles. But if you want to read them and believe them, that's fine. And if I was going to write these articles about myself, I don't think I'd put my own name and then put myself in a bad light, just saying. So the next one, there's a video, a YouTube channel. When you search for Danny the Heck, you find the Danny the Heck Facts. And these are also hosted by YouTube. Now, if we could get these off easily, then you'd be able to get my videos off easily. So it's sort of like tit for tat in a way, isn't it? We can't get these off and you can't get our videos off because we're protected by the same freedom of speech. I don't know. But anyway, you can find those articles and you can read all about me. This is a real funny, hashno.dev. There's some more articles here. These are a carbon copy of the Danny the Heck Facts ones, just in case the other ones get removed. They've got a backup. So somewhere along the line, what seems to have happened, all the images have disappeared. So maybe they broke copyright because those images are actually mine, and they've removed the images, but decided to leave the content, which is defamatory. Don't know what's going on there, but I didn't write them, even though it says I did write them. Sorry. And the other one is this guy here. Which we've done some research on, and that name there, if you research that person's name, he's actually done for animal cruelty. But he's decided to set up a YouTube channel to defame me. So I don't really know what's going on here, but this guy lives in Florida. So what I'm getting at, guys, is I'm used to people attacking me online. And it is quite interesting. And when I can, I do try to get rid of it. But if I'm going to spend all day long filling out forms and complaining to people, I just got to go with the punches, you know. And at the moment, the gloves are off. Another one, which I will go on about for a second, I said I was going down a wee rabbit hole, is if you go to Trustpilot, right? Now, Trustpilot, I currently have 5 reviews. Now, every time I do this, I get somebody who goes, I'm going to write a 1-star review about them. And I have got 200 email correspondence with Trustpilot. 200 emails I have written to Trustpilot. It's a wee game I play. I get a 1-star review, and I wait until I get about 3 of them, and then I get all the usernames, which are all never done a review before, throwaway Gmail accounts, and I go back and I hit reply to about 50 of my Trustpilot responses I've had from the integrity team of Trustpilot and say, these are not real. Prove to me that these people are real and had genuine experience. I don't even provide any services. I haven't looked at this for a day or two, but I'm back to 5 reviews. Now, I've had my Avengers write me reviews, genuine reviews, and those reviews are also getting removed. So you've written me a 5-star review and said how wonderful I am. Thank you. But could you do it again? Because not only do I get the 1-star review, there's a guy called John Citizen who's written 10 1-star reviews, and I've had them all removed. And then he comes back, same guy. John Citizen, we love you. Keep writing reviews. John Citizen is back again. John Citizen is back again. This is fantastic. Thank you very much, John. Anyway, done a bit of experiment. I've even written a blog about how Trustpilot is a scam. Do you know why they don't want 1-star reviews? That's because if I have a whole lot of 5-star reviews, I can get a module and put that on my website. And then I can show everyone that I've got all these 5-star reviews. But if I get 1-star reviews, I'm probably not going to buy the module and have it on my website. So Trustpilot are quite good at removing 1-star reviews. And not only that, you can pay for reviews. So my scammers will often have a scam, and at the bottom of it, they have Trustpilot. Look at us, we've got 4.8 rating on Trustpilot. And you can actually go and pay $200 a month, that's how much it costs, and you can actually get people to write reviews a lot easier because they give you all the tools to get reviews. So then you go to all the people that are promoting the scam and ask them, can you write a review? And that's how we find a lot of scammers. Because we go there and they use their real names. They're not that intelligent, these scammers. And then we search for them, find them on Facebook, find their Instagram, and find them promoting the scam. And then we put them in our name and shame list. It's great. So we use Trustpilot. But if you want to be nice, you can come along here, read my 5-star reviews. So this lady here, she sold 3 houses and invested in Rory Conacher, who lost all her money. She's forever grateful. I spent probably, I don't know, 40, 50 hours of my time helping her. To date, she's actually paid me $15 in coffees to say thank you. And I'm not knocking that, but she lives in Dubai. She managed to lodge a lawsuit against her cousin, Roy, and managed to actually get him in the courtroom. And he's now deemed, well, he's going through bankruptcy. They've seized all his assets. Isn't that cool? That lady wrote me a 5-star review. That's nice. Thank you for that. That's awesome. That's all I want. People to say thank you. I'm not here for any other reason. I don't even know Karen, do I? Great team, exposing scams. Great team, exposing scams. Must be one of my subscribers who's wrote 2 reviews from, don't know, that's somebody else, but that was awesome. And I spend the time writing them. And then we've got Michelle. Actually, that was husband, and this was Michelle. And Michelle was amazing. She was nervous. She was trying to get a team of people to help go up against her cousin. They all didn't want their name. They all lost money. They're all too embarrassed. Literally millions of dollars worth of money gone missing. And she put her name out there. And she's even got her name there today. Anyway, that was cool. Christopher, lovely. Thank you. My one and only Avenger, who's actually bought one of my t-shirts, and I'm not wearing one at the moment, but I do have a merch store, and we did sell some Crypto G top the other day, and also a Queen of Karma top, and I have sold a few of my No Scam t-shirts. But Christopher, he actually bought one of my t-shirts. Now, there's a real trooper, someone that I could hug. Beth, if you don't know who Beth is, that's Queen of Karma. She says, a relentless force of truth in the crypto world. Danny DeHick, a powerhouse when it comes to exposing financial scams and protecting everyday investors. That's me. That's what I do. And these people, I actually pay Queen of Karma to be on her channel. I'm one of her members. I pay monthly to be on her channel because she is a workhorse when it comes to exposing cults and multi-level marketing opportunities. Somebody's at the door. I hope that doesn't work. Anyway, so now I have 5 reviews, and I've got rid of all the 1-star reviews, and I'm up to 4.1. Now, being on Trustpilot isn't going to make or break me, but I know after this video, somebody will go in there and give me a 1-star review. If you want to help me out, all you need to do is go to deheck.com, and on my website, there's a contact button, and down here, you can go write me a review. It's that button there. And that will take you straight into there, and you can just go 5. Don't do 1 star because I'll have to report you. But there it shows you that you can manipulate the results. You can write 1-star reviews until the cow comes home. Now I get them removed. Isn't that amazing? At one point, I think I had 8 1-star reviews, all from one scammer called John Citizen. Isn't that exciting? Just thought I'd mention that to you guys. Anyway, so Stephen, not Christopher, is a scammer. And he decided to set up a whole website called fakejournalist.net. And he thought that that was going to be water in a duck's back. Well, it bounced off the duck's back because this duck has got a lot of quacking to do. I'm not worried about water. I've got to have a look at the door now. I think that's somebody who lives in the house coming in, hopefully. Must lock the door more often. Yep. Okay. We got things going on there. Alrighty. So that's good. So I'm not going to read those to you, but what I am going to do is we are family. I'm going to show you the correspondence that we've had with Christopher. Goodness me. Hey, bro. Because after I did the video of his beautiful wife, who's got 4 kids, who's now probably living in fear that she's married a scammer, he's decided that she would have been putting the thumb on him, and she would be saying, you better stop that guy coming after me in my business. And I'm going, well, what is off the table when you're going after a scammer? Are their family off the table? Is their wife off the table? Like, Stephen reckons he's got no money left, and I'm meant to be compassionate. Well, I'm not going to be compassionate. I'll go after whoever I need to. Bro, what in the world's going on? This is from Stephen. This kind of thing is beneath you. Now, I can't get this read because it's a screenshot, but I'll try my best. I'm all for catching scammers, but you're extremely misinformed. This is a guy that tried to sue me in the New Zealand High Court after scamming 1,100 people on a pump and dump scheme. He was the guy that was going to hunt live dinosaurs in the Congo. And now he's telling me I'm misinformed. I'm the opposite of a scammer. I have never stopped publishing APL even after all this time. So APL was Apollo whatever, and he's claiming that they've got an investment opportunity that is gold back. And at one stage, he even said on camera they had $1 trillion worth of gold. The only problem is the gold's still in the ground. Daddy's got a gold mine, I believe, and in here he authenticates that. I sold everything. I've sold everything, a bit of property, the bit of property I have before, to keep it going and pay the exchange cost. So he's trying to keep the scam alive by paying the maintenance utilities costs. I spent every dollar I made to build the technology for use cases, all software you can see. So what he's basically saying there, guys, just like I was, when I went through a divorce, it was just easier to hand everything over to the wife. I didn't have any children. And then I could move on my merry way and keep my business. That's what it sounds like there, Stephen. The only reason I partnered with GRAPE, I thought you started it. Oh my God, really? Is that to mislead me? I don't know. So we could launch APL on their chain with them. APL is GGT, and all the APL is migrating to it. Oh, wow. When? It never happens. Every AMA he has, nothing ever eventuates. I have zero money. I made zero money for years. Well, I'm still paying your court costs, mate. If you could pay your $33,600 would be nice. In the years, I have spent all I have left to get APL back on track. They haven't even got a website, I believe, and come through for everyone that owns it. So there he goes. He's claiming that people do own it because he claimed it was a DAO at one stage. When he went to sue me, LunaOne is what he was launching, and that was the pump and dump opportunity. He told everyone that it was a DAO, decentralized autonomous network, whatever it's called. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, long story short, when they sued me, it said he was the owner of LunaOne, and the people that invested in it said, hold on a minute, I thought we were the owner. It was really funny. Right now, GRAPE is very close to launching one of the most advanced AI interfaces in crypto. Well, I'm sure you are, but you better get your secure certificate worked out on your WordPress website first. Just saying. I'll be happy to let you be the first to test it out. He's in advanced testing now. So here he is contradicting himself in a message here. He tells us that they're ready to launch next month, or maybe next week, or the one after, or the one before, but it shouldn't be in 2 weeks, it should be 1 week. The bullshit this guy comes out with. Now, I'm going to shut that down so I don't have to do that again. And then he goes, my dad is literally in Africa pushing GSX still, and has been for 5 years. Oh, daddy's doing it. Didn't say anything about daddy or the AMAs you did you? No, we had to find that out through the hard way. And we still didn't know daddy's involved, but we do believe daddy might have a gold mining license, but still trying to figure out how to get it out of the ground. That project's been running by a South African team, and I'm guessing it's got to be, I forgot the name, but it went in my head, went out the minute, but they've gone bankrupt. Everyone thought they were the real deal, and I wish I knew the name of it. It is a crack up. God, it's a funny name. And Zambezi Gold. Zambezi Gold, I bet you, is the organization he's claiming that is running his mining outfit in South Africa. I got rung up by a guy, and he swore to me that Zambezi Gold was the real deal. 18 months later, the same guy rang me up telling me he wants to blow the company up. He wants to give me all the information, but he wanted to remain anonymous. And I go, look, mate, I think I'm over Stephen McCullah. But the same guy that told me it was 100% the real deal, and this company's completely different, and they've got all of this and that and the tick box and all that, wanted to expose the company after he had a bad experience. That's the day and the life of the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. As for LunaOne, I was hired to use our payment system to process the payments. As for LunaOne, I was hired to use our payment system to process the payments. We are a fintech company. So he's claiming that he didn't own LunaOne. Now he's claiming that maybe he didn't own LunaOne and he was hired by his own company that he set up and created. I have no idea what he's dribbling on about here. It launched at the market. It launched on a day, and they were told everyone that they're going to launch at 25 cents a token. And they could participate in the pre-sale and buy them for 15 cents. It was a no-brainer. So everyone bought, 1,100 people, 11,000? 11,000 people bought tokens in the pre-sale because it was promoted by the Runway guys who, after that happened, they renamed their YouTube channel pretty smartly. They had 350,000 subscribers, and they rebranded their YouTube channel to, the Runway guys. Bull Run. I think Bull Run it's called now. Anyway, long story short, they drove away in Ferraris. Okay, so what they said, they held, it launched at market that was 80% down and held at 0.11. I think there's a few zeros that's meant to be in front of that. went 90% of the people only 90% of the people only paid. So he's telling me in here, I believe, if you can read that better than me, that it actually was a success. The only people that would have got on the pre-sale made any money was people like the runway guys who took all the money because it was set up wrong. And they built a metaverse that was 17 times the size of one on the roadmap. Roadmaps are normally HTML pages. And if you go to here and you click on roadmap, get this, roadmap, ready for an HTML page? There's your roadmap. It's an HTML page. That's it. That's the company's built on an HTML page. It just gets better and better. You can't make this shit up. Anyway, you can read all this. 90% of crypto projects go bankrupt. Well, you're one of those. I refuse to let the community down. Of course, the community hated you. They all turned over to me, didn't they? And that's why I'm here. I reacted to you the way I did before because almost everything you said was completely incorrect. Everyone says that to me, but the facts don't lie. So I was angry. Oh, so it's okay to go after somebody, hire what you claim was 300 journalists and publicize the fact, write 100 defamatory articles about me that weren't true, that were made up saying that I was associated with OneCoin and the queen of crypto and all that sort of stuff. Tell people that he hired a lawyer, an Israeli lawyer called, I've forgotten her name, Natalie, who wrote to every government department in New Zealand. Now, in New Zealand, we had an earthquake, Christchurch, where I live. 185 people died. Buildings collapsed, 1,100 buildings collapsed. And also we had fires. The helicopter pilot died, unfortunately. And the other thing that we had that was a tragedy, we had a mosque shooting. Some Australian guy come over and shot up a mosque full of people in Christchurch. My hairdresser, Wasim, was shot 5 times. And he was my hairdresser. Here's Christopher telling the New Zealand government that I was involved because I was associated to a white supremacist guy. And also I was, I was a white supremacist. And I was against the people in the mosque. I don't know what they're called. They used every tactic they could to slander me because he was angry. He was angry because he felt like I was misinformed. With 11,000 people that invested lost all their money. The 42 people who lost over $1 million who reached out to me, who were willing to testify in court, were also angry. But they did not go to your government and say that you are a white supremacist and you're responsible for 51 people being shot to death. This is the bottom feeder that this guy is. And now I'm fine. I just realized you're going on assumptions. Well, not this time, Stephen, and not last time, but if you're thinking that we've got assumptions, you need to go to your shrink. Now, it looks like you've been eating too many jelly beans lately, just saying, but I need to correct you where you're wrong. Oh, come to the hero. So let's see if we can go to the next part. So I need to where you're wrong. It's been a long time and I need to put all my energy behind coming through for the community. I don't care that you make videos, but where it's upsetting is when you say statements like, he was not in Africa and Dad was not in Africa. Okay. And this technology does not exist. You've never launched it. There's no proof of it. That's just not true. Well, it's your word against my word. And at the moment, every project that you've associated yourself with hasn't worked. So that would probably make you look like you are full of shit. It's quite simple. All right. This is what I would suggest. Now, you don't have any cards here, Stephen. Take down your videos and I'll tell people that you've done videos. Tell people that have done videos on you and the links that affect your reputation will be removed, like Dan's Roads for Riches. Well, Stephen, if you haven't been keeping up with current events, we actually did reach out to Dan's Roads of Riches videos, and he sold his YouTube channel to somebody else. There was a YouTuber out there that was doing all the videos for Stephen, even had his recording in it. We've got the videos and we've got the recordings in our last court case. So if you go back here and you go to Stephen, you can hear these recordings. These are all the recordings of Stephen. So these are literally all the recordings of Stephen telling the community that we're just around the corner and we're going to launch and we're going to do this and we're going to do that, everything you can think of. It's just absolutely amazing. And even, you know, I'm not going to get down that track because I've done it many times, but let's go back. So it's just absolutely amazing. So, and fake journalists. So here he is, and I'll even donate $5,000 to the anti-scam cause on your channel. I don't want dirty money. I'm about to ask people to donate to my YouTube channel. You can do it via Buy Me a Cup of Coffee, or you can do it by Koha, which are both things on the left and the right of my website. I appreciate every cent, and I need it right now. But I'm going to set up a page on my website. Probably going to use something like Coinbase, and there'll be a page on my website where you can actually donate some serious crypto, which is going to be a kind of ironic, donating to the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger with crypto, but I'll take that money because I'll transfer it into USDT and I'll pay the lawyers. I'm going to be totally transparent about it. But here's somebody who's willing to pay me $5,000 to remove an articles that was before I even started doing any videos on this new venture he's got. A day before I started doing anything, we even knew that he's back out there, these fake journalist.net articles come online. Now, we actually thought it was Christopher, and we don't know who it is, to be honest. But some of the information in the fake journalist stuff did have traces of information going back to Stephen. So I'll give it to Stephen, not Christopher. Maybe Christopher ain't intelligent enough to start basically making false information. All right, so that's that. So that was quite comical. And I don't think I need the rest of it. I just basically said I don't believe him. And I've been speaking to governments about him. I called him a motherfucker. And I've just been talking 45 minutes talking to, I wonder who that was. And anyway, then we did a bit of research on who owned the domain name, where the domain name was researched, because I have some pretty clever people with me at the moment. And I actually finished up telling him the person that he hired from, what do they call that place? One of those places where you hire people. And I started messaging this guy because this guy messaged me, asking me, telling me that somebody had hired him to do those articles. And he was probably hoping to double dip and get me to pay him to take those articles off. But anyway, we found the person behind the articles that Steve had paid, in my opinion, to do these articles. So that was really, really funny. So it's just amazing the team that I've got behind me to find out stuff. So then anyway, we decided to do another video. So we got some more correspondence from him. I have no idea who that is. So he's telling me he doesn't know the fake person that we've uncovered. I'm not using any energy on you. I love it when people say they're not using any energy on you. Next minute, I get another message. Does that work? Right, I don't have anything against you anymore. Okay. I do. I'm sick and tired of scammers, and I'm not going to stop. Nothing's going to stop me. Nothing is going to stop me. It's just really sad. You won't even look at the evidence. Well, we spent months looking at the evidence originally. In fact, I did a 4-hour, 47-minute, 19-second long video, and I did that for your lawyers to show all the scams. You started up a country called the United Allied States, Stephen, and you were flying around in a Learjet. It wasn't the same Learjets that Christopher's been using, but a different Learjet, looking for land to buy so you could start your own country. You had Congress swear you in. I mean, I just don't, look, this is the funniest thing you'll ever see. Let's have a look. Is this the lawsuit? Voice recordings. Oh, this isn't the lawsuit. I've got to look for the lawsuit. Where's the lawsuit? Lawsuit. Is there a quick way of getting into the lawsuit? That would have been a clever idea, Danny. No. All right, so we have to go back to here. We'll go to lawsuit. Where's lawsuit gone these days? Oh, there it is. Lawsuit. Must make it bigger. Boom. Okay, so then we go to Stephen McCullah. There we go. The United Allied States was the crack up. Thank you, Susie. Service documents. This is Christopher getting sworn in by Congress. Have a listen to this. This is the funniest thing ever.
I bring forth the motion to proceed with the election of the Executive President of the UAS. The final nominations for President of the United Allied States will now commence. Each congressman should speak their nomination decision aloud upon receiving their roll call.
So they were dead serious about this. And over here, this is the beginning of it. And this is Stephen addressing
researching of history, recent and far past, to absorb lessons from such history so that we can...
So this is him giving his presidential speech after he got voted in by Congress. I mean, you know, this is him giving away two sports cars, $1 million worth of crypto and $1 million worth of gold. This is him proving that he's got gold mines. This is him showing everyone. There he is walking around telling everyone he's got.
We'll be right back.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Don't go to sleep on me. That's an elephant. I don't know why, but I like elephants. I think it's because my mum said no one's talking about the elephant in the room. I hope you're enjoying the podcast and you don't want to or even think about changing the record. I've got some really cool sound effects and I just had to find a place to use them. I can do explosions. I've even got a gunshot and a boom. Isn't that quite cool? Anyway, I just wanted to wake you up. Wake up and we'll get into it. And by the way, just grab a drink. I'm going to grab a glass of champagne. Let's carry on. That's good. All right. Grab a coffee if you like one as well.
Hey guys, we are waiting on...
He's always waiting. Nothing ever eventuates. So this guy is full of shit. So I don't need the evidence. What have I got? I'm just really sad that you won't even look at the evidence. Well, I've seen the evidence. There's no gold mines. Nothing you've ever said is eventuated, and you've taken a whole lot of money. And I have 42 people on my books who have just emailed recently saying, hey, Steve's back. Okay. The truth is over 10,000 people that you claimed had scammed in Apollo and GSX are reluctant to launch. The truth is over. I don't quite, I'm no good at reading, but I think you can read it for you if you want to get it. And if I got it wrong, please let me know in the comment section. If I actually did any of what you say, I would be in jail when no one could find them. Even the people that, what are they called? Legal aid. The people that picked up my tab for my legal expenses rang me up after we won the case. And they said, do you know Stephen McCullah's address? And I said, I know he lives in Missouri, but I think he might be living in South Africa because he moved his family over to South Africa at one stage and he's working with the Zambezi gold people. And then they confiscated all his machinery that he theoretically had and closed him down. They held him for ransom because he didn't pay the bills that he was claiming he was going to pay when everything happened, but it never happened. It just goes on and on. Anyway, they couldn't find him. But now we can, because we know where Ashley works. Ashley's got her own lovely hair boutique. So now we know where she goes to work every day. So if you want your money back from Apollo, you just need to go through my videos and through my blogs and you'll find the address of the hair salon. All you need to do is follow Ashley and she'll lead you to your pot of gold. But don't forget, Steve's got no money anymore because he stole it all. And he was just an innocent bystander trying to promote pump and dump opportunities. Law enforcement looked into everything. They didn't. We've never ever heard that. Have you got any proof? There's no proof of anything that he says because a few requests were actually impressed with what, a few requests because of a few requests, everything because of a few requests, and we were actually impressed with what we built. They built nothing. And where is that now? Any asset that was left went over to a thing called Fourth Star. And Fourth Star theoretically bought the assets of LunaOne. Right? Now, LunaOne was bankrupt because everyone lost their money. Their token is worth 0.000 point da 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 da. They sold whatever they could to a new company rather than giving that money that if it was worth anything, to the people that lost money. What happens when you go bankrupt? The recovery people go in there and freeze the assets, and then they use the assets to sell them to give back to the investors. But not in this case. He sold it all to another company. They couldn't find a single issue, and the company failed. I moved my family to South Africa. So he did do that. I moved my family, or so he says, to South Africa for 4 years to come through on the vision. So he did move his family to 4 years. And as I said, he was working with Zambezi Gold, the same people. I've got all the facts. I've got everything. There's no lies. There's no half-truths. There's no nothing. As always, we use open source intelligence. We find what these people have done and we go after them. It's not rocket science. Okay, so anyway, so that was basically it for that. And then we basically went into, that's not the same one, so we can get rid of that. So this is this website. We're going to have a look. We have got problems with the not secure, but if I refresh this one now, it's back to normal. So I don't know what you're doing there on your WordPress website. Who the hell was claimed they've got the blockchain buzz website coming out and then build their website on WordPress. Look at that. WordPress login. Good on you. Nothing wrong with WordPress. That's what I host my website on. So what we're going to do now is we're going to play this video of Stephen's, and then we'll go over what we've just discussed, and it'll make it a bit more interesting. So here we go. Let's listen to what Stephen. You'll get a real, remember what we're doing here is trying to show you this is how scammers work. Now, this scammer is a fly in the ointment compared to what Christopher Diego is doing. However, I just want to see this guy here try to gaslight me. Not gaslight me. He tried to shut me up because of my research, and he failed miserably. And I'm quite proud of the fact. So now it's gloves are off. This guy's disgusting, bottom feeder. He's a stealer. He's a liar, compulsive liar. He's married to a beautiful lady who's got 4 children, who she is now going to trust him bringing up her family. Any uncertainty I can put in her head, I will do. Is this guy a trusted, good guy, or is he just full of shit? He's full of shit. Now listen to that. I don't even need to say any words. I'm going to go away and get another drink. I want you to listen to this. It's 11 minutes long, and then we'll come back and I'll give you my 2 cents worth on this. And I might even make it a little bit more viewable for your pleasure. Here we go. Go.
Extremely exciting AMA today. Fortunately, it's going to be a short and sweet AMA. So not a lot of boring stuff, not a lot of long questions, not a lot of things that you probably heard a lot. We have fewer questions today, and I think they're definitely better questions than we normally get. So it's kind of the best of
He's extremely excited.
both worlds. So we're going to go in here and knock it all out. So just the first question starting out is, will there be staking for GRP and GGT?
Now, what's the bet? He's going to say yes. And what's the bet he's going to say isn't ready yet, but it will be soon.
Essentially to encourage holders to remain in the ecosystem, to hold, all that sort of thing. Basically, can I talk about the percentages, all that? I'm not going to talk about percentages right now or the rewards, but what I can tell you is...
And this would all be in the roadmap, theoretically.
Absolutely. We are going to have a large amount of incentives to get people to hold, including trying to create ways for revenue to be generated that goes back to the holders. And then, of course, having staking that kind of takes that to the next level. Without a doubt, that's top priority. So the next question is, and this is great because it actually knocks out a couple of...
Now, just the answer to that question, did anyone get when that was going to happen or a time frame?
The questions here, so I can knock those out in one answer, but it essentially says, can GRAPE release our new GRP coins only after the GRAPE buy side is finished selling them, or can we basically release them before the launch? And the answer to that is we will absolutely release them before the launch. In fact, the goal is, and I know our goal has been a lot sooner than now, but we know it's important that you feel like you're actually holding the GRP that you are buying on the site.
So just to give you a news update, that when people bought LunaOne tokens on the pre-sale, they didn't get the tokens on launch day. So they couldn't even sell the tokens if they wanted to sell the tokens. So this is going to be a rinse and repeat. But this time he's making out that you will get the tokens if you buy them in the pre-sale. So you have no worry.
And then also a lot of people who already have it on the old smart contract, they want to go to the new one. The whole point of this is to cut down circulating supply, and we are going to do just that. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be epic. And then all those who basically had GRP on the staking site, you can just get with us, and then we'll get those to you on the new beautiful contract, and it's going to be nice. It's going to be simple, and we're going to be able to knock.
So they're talking about smart contracts. The way I looked at these smart contracts, they usually rock solid. If you ever use a service like if then what, meaning every action sets off another action, and then you don't need human interaction. Well, these contracts that he's claiming he's going to get people off the old contracts and put them on the new contracts, I'd be interested to know why they can be manipulated. I don't think that makes sense myself, but let's see what ChatGPT says at the end of this interview. We're 2:30 in, and we're 9 minutes to go.
That out, and the goal is next week. So
the goal is next week. Now we'll be on next week, and he still won't publish this. Nothing is ever going to be published.
I will keep you guys updated. I'll try to give you an update maybe on Monday, but the goal is to make those available to you, whether you hold them on the old contract, buy site, or the staking site, to get those to you. We're hoping to start the process next week. So
we're hoping to start the process next week. Have you ever heard of this is the dumbest scammer on the planet. If anyone believes him, I'll eat my hat. And I don't have a hat, thank goodness. But for God's sake, I mean, he said he's going to have to transfer them from the old contract to the new contract. And now he's telling people you can have them on the old contract, or you can have them in limbo, or on the new contract. And within a week, now not sure within a week, but I'm hoping. So he's hoping. Would you invest in a company that's hoping?
I will keep you guys updated on it.
So all you get from Stephen McCullah is updates.
The next question is, when the free zone comes online, will we know what it will take to receive citizenship there? Also, what will be the tax structure, corporate and personal?
So the citizenship is really interesting, because I didn't pick that up until before I listened to this. But he was talking about LunaOne was going to have citizenship, and you could buy citizenship, and it's the metaverse and the whole 9 yards. But technically speaking, LunaOne was the key to the metaverse. LunaOne, theoretically, has sold all their assets to Fourth Star. And Fourth Star, I've been spoken to a guy that's in Fourth Star, they have absolutely no money. And Fourth Star are also, they've been trying to get one of my videos offline as well. And Fourth Star is actually meant to have no money at all, and trying to launch another token with another pump and dump scheme. So where does it finish? Where does this stupidity, where do people think this is going to be the next best thing to slice bread? And also with the fall of crypto over the last couple of days, it's a bit of a mockery, this whole crypto thing, isn't it?
This is exciting to me. So this is the thing that I am most passionate about, probably in all. As far as anything in my life personally, I am most passionate about the free zone, and talking with the free zone and all of the intricacies. And these are all things that, the team and I, we basically have been discussing. As far as taxation, the only taxation that is planned right now is just sales tax, like basically tax for whatever you consume on the ground. That's the goal, is to be able to keep it with just sales tax, nothing else. So no corporate income tax, no personal income tax. Hopefully there's absolutely no need for property taxes. All those things are, in my opinion.
Must have got legal advice, because I got some legal advice, and it's always good to say in my opinion, because then it doesn't matter. Theoretically, that's meant to get you out of jail if you sit there and you say, I stole a loaf of bread, I thought it was free, in my opinion. I don't know, but this is what he keeps saying, in my opinion.
They help. They really take you out of the competing cycle, as far as locations.
This guy's 35, I think, 36 years of age, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
To start a business, to open a business, to keep a business going. So if we can get by with the zero taxes, corporate and personal with income, we'll definitely be striving for that. And then as far as citizenship, it won't be hard. It's not going to be that big of a deal. It's not even. It will be something like an application process to just make sure you're not a pedophile, you're not, you don't have like any crazy felonies, that sort of thing.
So interesting, he uses the word pedophile. And the reason I say that is that all this hate mail that I get is always telling everyone that I'm a pedophile. So it's interesting that he used that in his fore of mind, which is really, really interesting. So maybe some of the hate mail I am getting isn't coming from Christopher and his cronies. Maybe it's coming from Stephen and his cronies. But yeah, there's a guy out there at the moment, he seems to have nothing else other than to call me a pedophile, which obviously is disgusting. But the fact that he mentioned pedophile, if you want to get citizenship on his fake metaverse, he's going to just make sure you're not a pedophile. Just saying, it's strange.
And then it'll be a it's especially at the beginning, it's not going to be anything that's going to be crazy difficult. So next is when can we test the wallet? That's a great question. So
That's a great question. I'm thinking on my feet.
hoping within the next month and a half, we'll have the or month or so, we'll have or less, we'll have the testnet up, and then shortly after we'll launch the mainnet. So the testnet and the basically it's all working. They're going extremely hard to get it just perfect. Like as far as like the UI and everything before we relaunch the testnet, we're trying to make it just spectacular.
And remember, he just said to me in a text that I'll be the very first person to test it. And now he's telling us that he's got testnet and they want to have it absolutely perfect before they launch. Every single project that he has done has never launched. Never.
As far as looks and feel and everything. So we'll have that up extremely soon.
The only thing is launched is he's managed to get a token onto an exchange and people have been able to buy it by a perceived inflated price. And then within 24 hours, the bottom falls out of it. So get this. We're going to launch on launch day for 25 cents a token. You can buy them in the pre-sale for 15 cents. But on launch day, they launched at 5 cents. And by the end of that day, those 5-cent tokens were worth 1 cent. The people that had bought their tokens in the pre-sale didn't get their tokens. So even if they wanted to get out quick because they realized they bought a burner, they couldn't get out because they had no tokens to sell. How crazy is that? And that's what you call, is it like staking, where you keep the foot in the door, like the Jehovah's Witnesses that knock on your door and we put our foot in the door and you can't shut the door? Is that what they're trying to do? They were trying to inflate the price to keep it there, all built on a company that doesn't exist and doesn't deliver anything they claim.
In the very, very, very near future, I'd say like basically, hopefully within this month is what we're shooting for. So that's going to be fun too, just to be able to test it. And then, like I said, goal is to have AI prompt, natural language prompts available this quarter. So on that.
Hold it, this quarter. So if you go back to another video which I watched, I haven't followed this like a religion. I just pick up on these every now and again. Oh my God, I have to do a video about this. So this guy claims that he's going to have AI things. So you can basically go to his blockchain, talk to AI and tell it that you want to build an app to do such and such. And the app will go away and create you that. And all you have to do is voice. You don't have to use your keyboard. You just need to talk to it. That's what he's alleging. But last time, that's what his great announcement was all about. And he was really excited. But now he's sitting there going, oh,
wallet, on the very same wallet. And I haven't seen, I've looked into it, I haven't seen a single on basically any blockchain itself that have had features that we're talking about on their wallet. I've seen like some third parties that have had features that kind of bring in a blockchain, but never a on wallet feature that even compares to these. But I mean, even outside of the blockchain companies themselves, I haven't seen any, I'm talking about the third parties. I haven't seen anything that, in my opinion, will compete as far as the coding on chain and getting onto the blockchain itself. I just haven't seen anything. So I'm really excited for you guys to be able to try that. Then we have, let's see, if I may, when are we going to be able to purchase reserve land in the free zone? I'm looking for my next investment. That it is a really good question. As soon as we won't be open.
It's a really good question that I can't answer. And look at his face right now. It looks like he's telling porkies.
Opening up any investments or reservations until we announce. So you're going to be able to see where it's at. You're going to be able to see everything about it. And we'll actually have that sign, that treaty sign that we're working on. And then we'll be able to open up for land sales. We won't do anything until that happens. And I'll keep you guys updated.
Everybody just wants to be updated all the time. That's all he does. This is number AMA number 8.1 probably. But that's what he does. This is what this guy does. He's not getting that many people looking at his YouTube channel, more than I thought he would be. But He's not like getting 10,000 people looking at his content. And also, if you go and look at the YouTube subscribers, I wouldn't even put it past him paying for a bit of his traffic, to be honest. But everything this guy says is all about announcements, about things that are going to happen that never eventuate. And even if you go back to the text that he sent me, he's telling me that he's got no money left. But then he's going to pay me $5,000 to if I remove the videos about him. Isn't it great that when you search for his name, my content comes up telling everyone in the world that this guy's a disgusting bottom feeder? Can you imagine how Ashley actually felt about that when she realized her husband is a scammer? I'm pretty sure she wouldn't know to what extent.
Very closely on exactly how that's going. It's going very, very well right now. We're on track to get the funding we need. We're just pushing really hard, and my main goal is to close that and to get that funding and to pull the trigger on it, because that is one of the biggest things that we have. I mean, it's not, in my opinion, it's not the biggest thing. And before I would have said there's nothing that could be bigger than this. Now I'm saying we have that, and we have by far, in my opinion, some of the best AI technology in the entire blockchain industry.
It's just his opinion.
So those combined are extremely powerful. And we're working on both simultaneously with different parts of the team. And anyway, I'll keep you guys updated on both of those. Okay, so the next question is, can we get a detailed Q4 2005 plan conversion to token launch, influencer start, bonus distribution for old holders? Okay, so it's basically just asking, this person's asking for a detailed Q4 map as far as these certain things. So as far as like the conversion token launch, that goes back to what I said earlier. We're trying to get everybody on the new chain or on the new contract. We're hoping to have everything as soon as next week. So we'll try to get people who have KNX. Well, that might be the next. So GRP, old smart contract, everybody on the buy side, and anybody who's on the staking site, getting those people to the new contract next week is going to be our top priority. It's going to be a big priority, like the short-term stuff. And then the next week after that, the goal is to start the KNX to GGT conversion, and then getting everybody who's on KNX right now to GGT. And so we can just knock this thing out of the park. Everybody can feel safe and secure. They can have their GGT and their GRP and their new contract on trust, and just, it'll be,
there we go.
Just feel all nice and cozy. That's the goal of that, of the next 2 weeks. So I'll keep you updated. If anything changes, I'll definitely let you know, and we can go from there. Okay, so the next question is, okay, it's just another, so I actually knocked out the 3 last questions, all in the, question number 2. So we're actually done. This is actually probably one of the fastest AMAs we've had in a long time. The person that left question number 9, they did ask for the contract address. That will publish for the next week for the new contract. The old contract is on CMC and the website. It should be on both of those. So they're basically wondering, okay, where is that? They said that they looked on the website, but it does have it on there, and it's also on CMC. We'll double check and make sure that it's still on the website. If so, making sure that nothing happened to it. But yeah, guys, this is it. Exciting week, extremely exciting. 2 weeks ahead of us, and by far the most exciting quarter of any quarter that I have ever been in the crypto industry. So I will get on here. I will keep you guys updated every step of the way. We are going to hit this thing and hit it hard. And I will absolutely and totally be here for the next AMA next week. Throw any questions that you have for the next AMA in Discord and in Telegram, and we'll be collecting those, and I will see you guys next week.
Another next week, and you'll get another update about nothing. It's just absolutely incredible. Hey, look, I've got a funny idea, and I'll just see if it's going to work. This is Ashley, right? So I'm going to actually phone Ashley and see if she answers. So here we go. Make sure we've got sound. Here we go.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
G'day, Ashley. Danny De Heck here. Look, I'm serious. If you want to have a chat and know a bit more history about your new husband that you married on the 19th, give us a ring. 19th of the 3rd, wasn't it? 3rd month. What's that? That's January, February. I forget what it is, but I'm sure you're coming up to an anniversary in a few months' time and you'll be thinking, have I married the right man? Well, why don't you reach out to me and find out? I'll tell you what I know about him. Also, if you go onto my YouTube channel or go to danny.co.nz, click on YouTube, you can see the latest video there is about you and Stephen. Hope you're having a great day. And I must come and get my haircut sometime. Just had a haircut done now. Would be good to have another one, wouldn't it? Yeah. All right. See you soon. And I'll be. Have you got one of those bells when you walk in? Ding ding. That'd be cool. Eh? All right. I'm going to ring up Stephen next. Maybe he's brave enough to take the phone call. There we go. Now let's ring up Stephen. See what Stephen wants to say. He wants to say I'm misinformed. Don't forget the dog-sized spiders. Oh, thank you. Dog-sized spiders instead of tranquilers. Okay, so now we're going to ring up Stephen and see whether he wants to talk to me. He'll be listening to this. He'll be watching.
We didn't recognise the number you dialed.
He didn't recognise the number. So how does that work? So he's got a number where he can text me, but I can't ring him. That's how it goes, isn't it? Yeah, actually, I'll tell you what we will do, though. We'll try and get him on WhatsApp because that's going to be more fun, isn't it? So if we go plus, search for Stephen. Stephen. Oh, I don't know. Can I go McCullah? That might be easy for me to spell. McCullah. C. Stephen. Oh, he might have got away with it. He might be getting away with it. He's going to be getting away with it. No, it's too hard. I'll just try. I'll just see if I can do Stephen. Stephen. Maybe I don't have him on my phone. Maybe he's already banned me on that. Everyone bans me. Anyway, now, obviously you've seen that he's tried to bribe me with $5,000 to take down his videos. He's tried to sue me for $3.85 million in the New Zealand High Court and failed miserably. So I asked ChatGPT to actually have a look at what we had on him today, and it's given me 3 parts, and this will be the conclusion. But let's have a listen and see what ChatGPT actually looked at what he provided me and read it. So it's not my opinion, it's ChatGPT's. Let's get started.
Over the course of several days, Stephen McCullah repeatedly messaged me on Signal and iMessage, attempting to rewrite history and portray himself as a victim of misinformation.
Stop it, Susie. Well, you'll get Stephen in here. Susie's just put, if you look along the top of the screen right now, you'll see a whole lot of dinosaurs. She's probably trying to find a life-size, dog-sized spider.
At first, he claimed he was the opposite of a scammer, insisting that he had sold all of his property and spent his own money to keep Apollo, APL, alive. He said he had made zero money in years, while at the same time promoting a new project, GRAPE, GRPGGT, that he claimed was very close to launching one of the most advanced AI interfaces in crypto.
Very close, very close. That's what he claims. Hey, look, I haven't made any money in years either, mate, but it doesn't mean everything I do is going to be a raving success. Some things are out of love, so don't worry about the money. Money will come one day, I'm sure.
McCullah tried to distance himself from LunaOne, saying he was merely hired to handle payments through his fintech company. Yet, in the same breath, he described the LunaOne metaverse as the YouTube of metaverses, defending it as a success, a clear contradiction, since the project collapsed and investors lost millions.
So isn't that crazy, though? Because I basically said exactly that while I was doing the first part of this video. If you want to go back and have a listen. So I've just put this into ChatGPT and asked it to give me some notes from the meeting. I didn't use the notes. I did listen. But isn't this crazy that it's come up with the same stuff? You can't make this shit up.
He also used a classic manipulation tactic, appealing to sympathy, by saying his dad is literally in Africa pushing GSX, and that the project was still active after 5 years. This is one of his long-standing talking points used to give legitimacy to GSX, a token that multiple independent reviews have classified as a security and a failed hybrid asset scheme.
Failed. Everything you do is failure, Stephen. I might ring up Ashley again, but we'll read this paragraph out.
When his emotional appeals didn't work, McCullah shifted to damage control and bribery. He offered to donate $5,000 to my anti-scam cause if I agreed to remove my videos. He also said he could make the fuckerjournalists.net website disappear and get people to remove links affecting my reputation, if I cooperated. This was a direct attempt to buy silence and reputation management, which completely undermines his earlier claims of transparency and truth.
Let's bring up Ashley again.
Your call has been forwarded to
She's hung up on it. Let's ring her again. So she normally it would ring 10 times. It only rang 5 times. I'm good at picking that sort of stuff up. Let's ring her again. She'll turn the phone off now. Straight dance machine. You watch. 1.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Let's do a video. I'll do a video. Camera. Okay, you ready? Let's see what we got. I'll turn this off. Can we see this? You can't see it. Hold it. Here we go. G'day, Ashley. It's Danny. Danny, how are you? Hey, why don't you ring us up and talk to us? I'm just doing a video about your husband and how he's a big scammer. Hey, maybe you could give this video to Stephen. He could put it on the internet and tell everyone how hard done by he is. Okay, see ya. Go to theheck.com and get the latest about your husband. Scammer. Okay, let's send that through, eh? She'll love it. She'll block my number. She'll go, oh, I don't know. I don't want to talk to that guy. And next thing I'll get a real serious email from Stephen again. Oh, what are you doing, bro? Oh, I didn't like you because you were misinformed. Well, we're not misinformed.
Finally, after I refused and told him I was already in contact with authorities, he claimed he wasn't using any energy on me and wished me nothing but the best. A classic narcissistic retreat when control tactics fail.
Oh, yeah, he'd be a very controlling husband, wouldn't he, Ashley? I mean, I bet he tells you to don't worry, honey. I got it all under control. That guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's actually doing it for YouTube clicks. Well, I think I went past YouTube clicks when your husband tried to do a gag order against me to silence my journalism that failed in the New Zealand High Court.
In summary, McCullah's messages follow a predictable pattern. Denial of wrongdoing. I am the opposite of a scammer. Emotional manipulation. I sold everything to build tech for the community. Redirection and false authority. Law enforcement investigated and found no issues. Bribery and coercion. I'll donate $5,000 if you take down your videos. Dismissive exit once the manipulation fails.
You can't make this shit up. So that's all right. Part 2. So what we basically did on part 2 is the video that we just watched before. We decided that we would get a breakdown on what he said. And I've already given my 2 cents worth, but I always love the fact that ChatGPT or AI will actually, because he's claiming to produce the best AI blockchain out there, or whatever he's doing. So theoretically, using AI to do an analysis of what he said is a great option, and I'm sure he'd be all for it. But let's just use AI and use common logic, Stephen.
Analysis of mistruths and contradictions in Stephen McCullah's latest AMA. This latest AMA is another textbook performance from Stephen McCullah, full of recycled promises, vague timelines, and technical distractions designed to keep investors believing a relaunch is always just around the corner. Let's break down the biggest red flags and mistruths.
Oh, what's that? Oh, Discord. Oh, don't switch. Oh, he's got his own Discord. So we go there. Do you think he's in there at the moment? Let's go continue to Discord. That would be funny. Well, I do have to log in. Oh, don't look at that. Log in using the QR code. That's not going to be good. But they won't log in you into mine, will it? Oh, here we go. So how do we do? How do we get in there? Verify. Verify. What do you have to do? No, I don't know how to use. I hate Discord. I absolutely hate it. How do we get in there? Support documents. Oh, there it is. Grape. So I had to do something, do I? I did. Verify. So what do you do? This is the start. This is for all the big people who know how to invest. How do I do it? Am I already banned? I'll go. Here we go. We appreciate your enthusiasm, but okay. Help. How do I do it? I don't want any nitrous. Verify. Human. Invite to channel. No. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. Oh, here we are. Welcome to Grape. There's no grapes about this, is there? Do not have permission to send to the channel. Well, that's a shame. Support documents. How to grape. How to grape. Are you kidding me? How to grape. Oh, let's have a look. Something happened then. How to grape. That must be. I bet that's the PDF we already have. Oh, okay. So how to grape. It's contract address. Oh, maybe we should need to give that contract address to Crypto G. He could have a wee look. Connect your wallet. Okay. No, don't do that, guys. Yep. It's all going to be good. Oh, look at the coin balance there. It's like all his other tokens. They all start with 0. Oh, my God, Stephen. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. What the hell are you doing? All right, so let's carry on. Oh, let's hear from the president again.
Learn from our mistakes
Learn.
and pave a way forward that is
Did you hear that, Steve?
proven effective.
You got to learn from your mistakes. You really
True freedoms
your own words.
and the right for all citizens to pursue life in the way they see fit, regardless of background, religion, political affiliation, creed, or color. I commit to focusing my administration on the researching of history, recent and far past, to absorb lessons from such history so that we can learn from our mistakes and pave a way forward.
He's not learnt from his mistakes. His own words as the president of the United Allied States, man that knows how to hunt live dinosaurs in the Congo and go after dog-sized spiders. He is the man. And here he is, the president of the United Allied States, sworn in by his mate, Congress, been able to give away sports cars and $1 million worth of crypto and gold all in one competition. And when the competition was drawn, some person called Z161Zoo won it. Never heard from him. And it was only 2 winners. There was meant to be 2 sports cars, $1 million worth of crypto and gold. So that's 4 items, but there's only 2 winners. And they no one ever serviced it. But remember, if you want to play the beat to my drum. Amazing. Oh, mate. Oh, my goodness. What's this one here?
I'm really at a loss for words at this point. I've been stalked, harassed, blackmailed by...
He's telling people that he's been stalked, harassed, and blackmailed by me. He even told people that I took a sledgehammer over to America in my luggage and bashed in the front door of his mother's house. And she lives in a gated community. And people saw me at the gates trying to jump over the gates, and they caught me at it, and I took off speeding. This is literally what he said. You listen to some of this.
And we didn't need it, so put it on the market. They found the post, and they started sharing it throughout their posse, their group, their gang. And 2 days later, a town that has no crime, has no burglaries, it's probably the quietest town closest to Mayberry you could have. Somebody came up and they sledgehammered the front door, sledgehammered the knob.
This is the type of lies this guy uses. I mean, and we've got look, Ashley, I know you're watching this thinking, what's he saying this about my loved husband? You've got 4 kids, lady. What are you doing? This guy can't be trusted with your children. The first word that pops up into his mind when he's talking about people getting citizenship is he won't let pedophiles in. I mean, this is his words. Why would he have that in his foremind? He's a disgusting individual. And why have I got it in my foremind? Because I'm listening to your disgusting husband. I mean, get real. All right, so textbook. So here we go. Let's break it down. So let's look at the coming soon stuff.
Let's break down the biggest red flags and mistruths. 1. Staking is coming soon. He repeats that staking rewards and revenue sharing are a top priority. That's been the same line used since Apollo, GSX, and LunaOne. There's no audited mechanism, no smart contract proof, and no independent wallet activity to verify any payout system exists. It's a classic delay tactic, promise future yield to keep current holders from selling.
Yeah. Staking is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in crypto. I know it's all technical and clever, and if you know what you're doing, it can be your advantage. And be honest, I have about $400 or $500 worth of crypto, or maybe 300 now. It's all crashed. I don't know, but people have donated me crypto in the past, and it's so hard to get off the bloody platform. I've just left it there. One of our dear friends, Mr. Crypto G, actually said it'd be a good idea for you to put some here and some there and stake it because you'll get a higher yield rate. And I go, hey, if you can teach me how to do it, I'll do it. And I've done it. I don't even know what I've got. But, this is how crazy it is with crypto. So they want you to stake it, which basically means it gives them a long time, in my opinion, a long time to get away with the loot because no one's going to chest it.
We'll release new GRP coins next week. This is the same rolling deadline trick he used for Apollo's main at launch and LunaOne's exchange listings. He sets short-term promises, goal is next week, knowing he can push them again later. These soft dates create false momentum while producing zero verifiable deliverables.
Can you get what he's doing there? I mean, as I said, he's got 8 weeks of AMA things, right? And look, I'm not going to do it, but look, if you're sitting here, I don't get any haters when I'm doing Stephen's stuff. But if I go back to the videos, let's just go back here for a second, right? So this guy, if you wanted to, what you could do is you could actually go back to 3 weeks ago and you could contradict him on his own words just by listening to what he said that was going to happen. And that's the real honest truth of it all. So when he talks about it's all going to happen next week, lots can happen. Let's have a listen to the next paragraph. I'll just switch that back and we are going to do that now.
3. Free zone citizenship and zero taxes. He's now talking about a so-called free zone with its own citizenship program, zero income tax, and even land sales once a treaty is signed. Let's be clear. There is no registered jurisdiction, no treaty, and no government recognition. It's another fantasy country pitch, very similar to his earlier United Allied States hoax that never materialized.
Yeah. Now, I've been told I've got 10 more minutes, so I've got to keep to that. We've got to go out and enjoy some of the nice day together. And don't you forget, it's all about your family, isn't it? Or is it all about the Ferrari that you're going to have confiscated if you invest in Ponzi schemes and scams and don't tell anyone? I don't want to know. But anyway, here's the next paragraph.
4. The test wallet will be live within a month. McCullah
Ooh.
promises an AI-driven wallet with on-chain natural language prompts, something that doesn't exist on any verified blockchain. He never provides a GitHub, audit, or developer documentation. This is pure tech buzzword padding to sound futuristic while avoiding real scrutiny.
All right. So if you work for Stephen and you're one of the developers, please do reach out to us so we know that you actually exist. Because there's no developers. Shavas and more, a guy that's trying to sue me for $300,000 because he said I caused him to have a stroke, who's a chain smoker, claims he has developers. And we've found his development company in India, and there's literally 3 people who work in the company. And he's been producing all this software, and people think it's some big developer company. And another company claimed they had 1,000 developers, and they were creating their own AI similar to ChatGPT. And we found out that the company claimed that they used somebody from the 1,000 developer company reached out to us and said, no, we advised them not to do this, not to do that. But they hired them to create some development, but they didn't have 1,000 developers, as they said. They used a company that had 1,000 developers and said we were their biggest customer, so we now have 1,000 developers. Bullshit. Finished up, after our research and our open source intelligent dive, we actually found out that they were using Holden Gemini's AI service using API keys, which is free. And they literally slapped a white label on top of a free service and called it their own. And that was booster.ai. And the guy has a criminal conviction going longer than your arm. And his own country, where he was from, I can't remember how to pronounce it, were trying to expedite him out of America. But because it went over the 5-year limit, they couldn't actually get him out of America. And now it comes down to, being investigated and being arrested and all that sort of carry on. But the lies these people tell and the lies that myself and the Avengers have heard are just unreal. And we've got videos to prove it. That's why these guys come after us as hard as they can. So Stephen's got no money. He wants to pay me $5,000 to remove my videos. I don't have any money, but I'm not going to take $5,000 from a scammer. And he claims to have no money, which is ridiculous.
We have some of the best AI technology in blockchain. He provides zero demos, patents, or public code. Every time he uses the phrase AI technology, It's attached to no tangible product. Just talk of a wallet interface that doesn't exist in the public domain.
Oh my God. I mean, this is obviously ChatGPT, but I just put the transcript into ChatGPT and all the notes and all the history. I've got a whole thread on him, which has been rekindled. And this is what it comes up with. Pretty good.
7. Everything launches next week, from token swaps, GRP to GGT, to staking, to wallet releases. He uses the same 2-week launch loop. It gives his community the sense that progress is happening. But every AMA resets the clock. That's a Ponzi-style communication pattern, not legitimate project management. 8. Law enforcement was impressed with what we built. This directly contradicts public records. Multiple investors and watchdogs have raised red flags for years, and there has never been a single official statement clearing his ventures. It's self-validation masquerading as authority.
Yeah, you can imagine the authorities coming out and publishing their yearly publication. And we investigated Stephen McCullah, and we found out that he was pretty impressive. No verifiable facts means you're lying through your teeth.
9. 96% of crypto projects fail. I refuse to let the community down. That's emotional conditioning. He frames failure as inevitable and positions himself as the savior who will beat the odds, a narrative designed to reset loyalty, not to present facts.
It's just incredible. Right, I must have about 5 minutes left.
10. Most exciting quarter in crypto. The closing hype is his signature move. End with energy. Drown out the lack of evidence. It's all about keeping faith alive just long enough for the next pivot.
Oh, look, it's entertaining for us. I feel sorry for when people who don't know this before they invest. They just look at the website and talk to a friend that's invested. And this is where 90% of these investments come from. It's through loyalty to another friend that knows all about crypto.
McCullah's AMA is a patchwork of non-verifiable claims, recycled buzzwords, and soft deadlines. The promises of staking, AI wallets, free zone citizenship, and token conversions are not supported by any public code, legal filings, or business infrastructure. Every time the spotlight catches one failed venture, Apollo, GSX, LunaOne, he rebrands it under a new name like GRAPE, GGT, or United Allied States, keeping the same narrative of one last launch that redeems everything.
Incredible. Hey, part 3 summarizes it quite nicely, and I'm going to do something pretty cool this time. I'm actually going to get AI to read it because it's got a nicer voice than my computer's. I would like to have my voice reading it, but why not give it a go and let's see what it sounds like. It's probably going to give the introduction
Perfect.
again.
Here's part 3, your closing section for live delivery. It's written in your natural exposé tone, firm, factual, and clear, designed to wrap up your video and lead into the next update.
Ooh, there you go.
Part 3, outro, transition paragraph. So there you have it. I fed Stephen McCullah's AMA and private messages straight into ChatGPT, and the analysis couldn't be clearer. This is the same recycled playbook we've seen for years. The moment he's cornered, he switches between emotional manipulation, technical smokescreens, and bribery, hoping something will stick. First, it was Apollo, then GSX, then LunaOne. And now it's GRAPE, another rebrand, another promise, another fantasy country with zero taxes and AI wallets that never seem to appear. He even admitted through our messages that he would pay $5,000 and remove smear websites if I deleted my videos.
Ooh.
A direct attempt to buy silence and bury the truth. That's not the behaviour of someone who's innocent. That's what people do when they're trying to control the narrative. So, when you hear McCullah talk about AI breakthroughs, staking next week, or his free zone citizenship program, remember what's really happening here. It's another smoke and mirror distraction built to keep investors trapped in the cycle. And just like Apollo, GSX, and LunaOne, it all collapses when the money stops coming in. If you're holding GRP or GGT, pay attention to what's missing. No verified company registration, no legal framework, no product, and no transparency. I'll keep monitoring this project, and as soon as his next AMA or update drops, I'll feed it straight back into ChatGPT and we'll dissect every word live. Because in this investigation, facts speak louder than hype, and the receipts don't lie. Would you...
There you go. So that's cool. So if you're wondering how I produced my my images, that's these are the images that I grabbed of Stephen. There's a screenshot of the website, and I tried to upload the logo, and then I said, excellent, can you create me an image? I give it all the instructions and the size, and then it pokes out this image. And then I tidy it up on Photoshop, and I've got to create some images for My blog. So that's basically me, something a bit different. So went off track a wee bit at the start here. So this is live. I haven't edited it. I'll actually break this into 2 videos. So if you are watching the video of Stephen McCullah, don't invest with him. If you've got any questions, please do reach out to me or any of my Avengers. We at the moment probably having the fight of our career as a crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger, somebody who goes after scammers. Christopher failed miserably. He was the man about town. He's quite humble. Actually, probably wears old shoes and comes to work with an old duffel bag. That type of guy. He's not a flashy sort of guy, even though at one stage he did claim that he had 2 bulletproof vehicles that were protecting him as he drove around South Africa on Daddy's mind. Moved his family to South Africa, come home by himself by the sounds of it. Wife left him. Kids are probably on visitation if he's lucky. And now he's got himself a brand new wife called Ashley, who's got a hairdressing salon. So if you want to go get your money back from GLX or Apollo or LunaOne and you've lost money and you don't know how to prosecute this guy, I would seriously go through my blogs that are on my website, find where Ashley's hair salon is, go there and visit her and ask her where Stephen is so you want your money back. I've got 42 people that were willing to testify in court if needed against Stephen McCullah. So maybe you've lost the money and you never spoke up because you were embarrassed that you were silly. Don't be silly. Go after and get your money back. He lives in Missouri. You can go to your local police station and lay a complaint of theft. This guy needs to be stopped. If I can stop him, I will. Lost a bit of interest with him, but we had one hell of a journey. Now our next battle starts. It's all Goliath. Goliath Ventures are trying to gag me from talking. I've got no money. They've got tons of your money if you're invested with them, and now they're going to come after me legally. I've got 6 government departments that are actively investigating them. I've got 70 reporters where I've stamped my mark on this one, and I'm telling people that I'm the voice behind taking down Goliath. I should change my name to David, but I am Danny, and I'm Danny versus Goliath, and we're about to take down one of the biggest scams in America. I need your support. In a few days' time, I'll be asking for some donations to help feed the monster of lawyers. I want to take down Goliath. I'm here for the take. I'm here for the game. And I've got the power behind me because I've got a team of Avengers that work like mofos. We have intel. As I said earlier on, we have 115 persons of interest who are involved. If you're involved and you think you can keep quiet, you can keep your money, then stop. Do you want to lose everything? Nick, if you're still watching this, do you want to wake up in a jail? Start squawking. Start helping us with information. Look up Brenda Chunga and see what she did to save her bacon. You can do the same. Lady took $640 million from Americans. She became a whistleblower. She's still walking the streets. So doesn't mean you're going to get in trouble if you start whistleblowing. But for all those people that sat on their hands and think that's the way they can do it, and they'll just see what happens, or like Tyler Peters, who's waiting for the FBI to ring him up to say it's not a scam, wake up. It's time to change the way you think. And with the crash of crypto over the last couple of days, is it really where you want to put your future? Or do you want to help build relationships, deep, meaningful relationships with people you can trust? I've got a team of Avengers. I was talking to the team the other day and I said, I trust them with my life. I tell them everything. I don't have any secrets. I'm transparent. How many friends, how many people do you have in your life that you could say that to? Hopefully you can say it to your cellmate if you don't start squawking about Goliath Ventures. Stephen McCullah is a living example of somebody who'll be living in fear. His poor wife, Ashley, married a scammer. She's now jeopardizing her 4 children on Trust Me Bro. She doesn't even know the man she married and what he's done to many people around the world with investment opportunities. He is a scammer. Hey, I'm Danny DeHeck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Thank you for being here. Do hit the thumbs up. Please help this video grow. And I will chop this video up into 2 videos and you'll see them being launched later on tonight. Love you all. Thanks for your support. I'm going to need it over the next 20 days. See you guys.